excited to share the news with you that I finally got my PMP certification done.
Thanks to EduHubSpot.com and Varun's mentorship.
The material provided by EduHubSpot is fantastic and the mentoring is phenomenal.
I could not accomplish this feat without the outstanding mentorship of Varun.
I would like to thank EduHubSpot for all the support that was given to me in this journey.
If you're looking to be certified just like me, EduHubSpot is your go-to place.
Thank you, EduHubSpot, for helping me become a PMI Certified professional.
I want to give credit to my success to the EduHubSpot team.
For passing the PMP exam with an above target score, I'm so happy for you and you deserve this success. The reason is,
welcome.
I know the level of hard work you have put in. Definitely you deserve this success. So how's your feeling right now?
I'm feeling amazing because this is one of the goal in my list that I really wanted to achieve, and I really wanted to thank you especially because, as you know, I always call you my magician because you know how scared I was when I was sitting for this exam. So thank you so much. Everything is possible because of you and your assistance. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited to
I'm
move
so
forward with
happy
another
to
goal.
hear. I'm so happy to hear, dear. Good. Before we start our interview, Shrishti, let me tell you what is the reason I'm conducting this interview.
Sure.
The reason is I've been through what your PMP journey. I was been with you. Okay. So I strongly believe when you are sharing your experience about how you prepared and about the exam, definitely it's going to help any PMP aspirants. So that's the reason I'm conducting this interview. Okay. Good.
Okay.
Let's get started. So
Okay.
my first question to you would be, please share your professional background if you wish your personal background also.
Okay. So, hi everyone. I'm Shrishti Verma, PMP, and I'm working as a consultant with Ernst and Young right now. And before that, I was with different organizations as well. And yes, I'm from Delhi, India. And talking about my personal background, it's a roller coaster ride, I feel, because I started my journey and I started to aspire to become a fashion designer, and that's why I sat for NIFT and I've done everything. But due to some circumstances, I have to drop that, and then I started my journey in consulting area, and then I felt like okay. I think project manager is something that I wanted to do for my rest of my life. So that's why I started digging into the courses because I wanted to add some certifications because it will anyways be advantageous for my future to go ahead with this sort of future aspiration that I have. So yes, I switched my line from being designer to wanted to become a project manager, and that's why I came across with this certification called PMP, and that's why I started with this journey. And apart from that, I think this is the better decision that I've taken. I'm really enjoying this whole journey. So yes, I'm very happy right now.
Glad to hear that, Shrishti. So
Yeah.
what made you to choose PMP as your next career goal?
Okay, so as I stated, when I started my career in consulting, so I used to first thing when I used to have a conversation with my stakeholders, there were some technical terms that I was not aware before. So, like for example, RACI, that was very common in consulting area when you're sitting for a project. SOW, and then I have to use to go to Google and then have to search for all these abbreviations, and then I came to know there was some on the right corner of Google, there was something mentioned as PMP. So I was like, okay, what is this? Then I started digging about it, and then I came to know that okay, boss, this is something I wanted because I wanted to work in consulting area and projects and wanted to deal with the projects. And that's why I came across like, okay, PMP is something which will be a stepping stone for me. So that's why I thought like, okay, go for it, sit for it. And to be very honest, I crave for having an initials in front of my name. So that is why this doing PMP is fulfilling my both of the needs. So that's why best of both the worlds. PMP is
That's
the
great.
answer.
That's great. Now I think you can teach PMP to the people, right? Now you are well versed with all these technical terms.
Yes, Yes, and to be very honest, Gautam, now when I used to like when I share this thing that I am a PMP with my stakeholders, they feel like, oh my god, PMP was so difficult. You completed the certification. I was like, yes, I did it.
So proud of you, Shrishti. Really
Yeah,
proud of you. Good.
yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
The next question I have. So while you are preparing for PMP, what was the
Hmm.
most challenging part and how did you overcome it?
Okay, that is literally a question for me. Okay, so as you know, Gautam, when I came to EduHubSpot, and especially when I had a first Zoom call with you, I was kind of very nervous for PMP because I flunk in my first take.
Mm,
So I was not sure whether I'm right for this one or not. Do I have the capabilities to clear this examination or not? So I think the biggest challenge that I faced during this journey was waking up every day, gathering that energy to prepare for the exam in which I've already flunked, and the confidence,
mm,
I like every fourth nightly I'm emailing you, I need your confidence booster shots, that. So I think the most challenging part was to relive all that, or going through from all those concepts again and sitting for that examination again, thinking you have an experience already. So that is why it is the most challenging part for me, because I feel talking about the concepts and the study material, um, I was like, okay, whatever Gotham is saying, I'm gonna do it. Whether it's homework, whether it's studying in another book, which he never prefers, because his material was awesome. And No, I think my most challenging part was not related to the like the study material or something like that. I feel like the confidence, which was not at that par at level. So that was the most challenging part. And for overcoming that, I feel your booster shots was something that helped me a lot.
Thank you, Srishti. So
Yeah.
kind of you again. And
Yes,
the very challenging part in this journey is this journey it's we have to do over the period of time. Yeah.
exactly.
So to staying in good motivation level is a very
Hmm.
challenging part. How
Correct.
did you kept yourself motivated?
I think Gautam, I'll continue and I'll repeat the same thing again. But I feel what I've experienced, that when you're preparing for any examination, it's not PMP. I feel the study material and everything is just 60% of the process.
Mm,
40% is the support, the assistance, the confidence, the people around you, and especially I feel the mentor,
mm,
the hand holding experience that you have provided me is something boosts the confidence in the candidate, and it makes the candidate confident to another level. So I feel like motivation is something I feel, mm-mm, going through the process
mm,
and following a particular routine. You have to be dedicated to a routine, because if you are saying that you're going to give 1 hour or 2 hour on a daily basis to the for studying, so you have to be very diligent about it, that you will going to sit for that 1 hour or 2 hour if you're saying that. So I feel the support around the people around you, and the hand holding experience and the assistance from your mentor, and the
mm.
third thing is your dedication and commitment to the process. These three things, I think, will keep you motivated in any examination journey. It's not just a PMP, I feel
That's a
like.
very nice advice. That's a very
Yeah.
nice advice. Thank you. And
Thank you.
I have heard from some of the PMP aspirants. People think like PMP it's about memorizing things. What is your
No.
take on it?
uh, to be very honest, I did this thing in my first attempt. I
Mm,
memorized the entire PIM box 6, and you know how thick that book is.
yeah.
I've gone through from, I think, 600 pages,
Yep.
and I've memorized the concept. But again, when I sat for your boot camp, the difference was so high. I was like, I've read this thing, but not in this manner. So memorizing is not the option, is something you have to like understand things in order to sit for, because PMP is not they'll ask you a direct question.
Yeah.
They'll ask you a question in which you have to use your understanding. So memorizing is not the option here straight away. Don't go for PIM box 6. Like you can go for and take the reference, but you can't cram things, and then you can't sit for the exam and think that okay, I'm gonna clear this, because I've used this strategy in my first set. It didn't work. So no,
Okay.
no,
Okay. You
big
mean
no,
to
no.
say that understanding of concepts is very important.
Exactly,
Perfect,
exactly.
Shrishti. Perfect. And what advice would you give to someone who are just starting with the PMP certification process?
Okay, I'll say that stay dedicated, to be very honest, and stay committed to the process. Again, I'll say, because I promised myself when I was starting my journey with EduHubSpot that okay, if I'm saying I'm gonna sit for 1 hour, I'll have to sit for 1 hour, whether it's at any hour of the day. So I think you have to set your target, and you have to set your rules, and you have to be very committed towards your rules. So I think any person who is starting with with the certification, please stay dedicated to whatever you are like saying in the beginning of the journey. Like, okay, it's very unrealistic when people used to say we're gonna study for 5 hours, and this is something you also say the same thing. But this is not possible, and I've experienced this. 1 hour is sufficient. If you can give 1 hour, then it's very you'll also feel motivated. Okay, you are doing something towards your target or goal every day. So it's like slowly and gradually wins the race. So that's why I
Perfect.
feel like stay committed to your the rules or the commitment. That's why,
You know
nothing else.
what? This remembers our first conversation. You remember
Exactly.
you told that Gautam, I can spend 5 hours each day. I
Mm,
stopped you.
mm,
Yeah, Srishti,
mm,
come on. You have family. You have work.
mm.
Why you are spending
Exactly.
5 hours each day? I was just
Mm.
asking just 1 hour each day, and you have to be consistent. Over the period
Exactly.
of 1.5 months, and
Mm.
that's what you did. Good.
Exactly. And one thing I want to add, guys, I've given only 1 hour,
Mm.
and on weekends I've studied like 2 to 3 hours, and I partied a lot. I've enjoyed everything. I celebrated every festival, and this was the contrast, because when I was sitting for my first time when I was attempting this examination, I've skipped everything.
Mm.
I banned every party. I used to lock myself in my room on the weekends, and I used to just study that thick book. I used to study, but in contrast, when I was with EU Upsport, and especially under Gautam's assistance, nothing. I did everything, and I enjoyed that journey. I enjoyed.
Glad to hear that. And that's what
Yes.
I will always tell my students. When anyone
Mm.
says that I'm going to spend 5 to 6 hours each day, I'll
No.
stop them. Don't
Mm.
do that. You have life. Enjoy. Good. So
That
thank
was
you.
the adrenaline rush when people used to say 5 or 4 hours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Out of excitement.
Exactly.
Good. Thank you so much, Srishti, for taking time and sharing your experience. But before I close this interview, let's make little fun here. I'm gonna
Okay.
ask you rapid fire questions, so you have to
Mm.
answer with just one word. Okay?
Okay, done.
Okay.
Done.
Let's get started. One
Okay.
thing you could do all day, every day.
Gymming.
Gymming.
You
Okay.
know that.
I know that. But
Yes.
if you would have asked me this question, what would have been my answer?
Gymming.
Gymming. Yes, we have the
I
same
know
thing.
that. Gymming.
Good. Your favorite hobby?
I used to do Zentangle drawing. So the Zentangle or doodling. That was my favorite
What's
hobby.
that Zentangle?
Zentangle is a form of painting that you used to create.
Uh,
So that is above than doodling. Doodling is more of a very casual stuff, but Zentangle painting is very different, and it's very, if you heard of mandala art, that is
mhm.
something like that.
You know what?
So,
I'm very poor in those art
oh,
side.
okay.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I used to create paintings, a big, big painting. I used to sell it also, if
Oh,
anyone
that's
is
great.
interested.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
So then, if someone is interested in painting, I'll give you some customers for sure.
Sure. Thank you.
Your
Thank
role
you.
model.
My failures.
Oh, that's a big
Yeah.
statement.
Yes.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
Okay, so I think I don't know, but I feel like I never get anything in one go, and that is something my I always used to have a debate with my mom, and she was like, "You're always like this," but but I feel like when I fail in something which I really wanted, then I give like two times of the power in that thing, and then I achieve it. So I feel like that's the way, like for the PMP as well. I failed in the first go, and I was like, why this always happens with me? Why I can't achieve anything in first go? And then I put my like two times of power in this. That was not required because that was half of the time, if I say, because I did everything while doing this journey. But yes, I think my failures pushed me a lot, and that those were the role model, because that was the experience which tell me like you don't have to do this again
Yeah,
in order to achieve your goal. So that's why my
that's
failures
so nice
were.
to hear. Very inspiring. Your
Yeah.
favorite drink?
Coffee,
Coffee.
Starbucks especially.
One thing you are addicted with?
Shopping. Any
Shopping.
woman is.
Yeah, yeah. I shouldn't have asked this question. It's
You
coffee.
know
Very
that.
straightforward. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Thank you so much, Srishti. Thanks for taking time and sharing your experience. And I hope you also enjoyed the session.
I loved it. I
Thank you
loved
so much. And I strongly believe definitely any PMP aspirants will get benefit with this interview. Okay, so it will give a good starting point for them. Thank you so
I
much for taking time.
thank you. Thank you, Gautam. All the best.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.